Monarch is building the future for those interested in one wallet that consolidates the best services and functionality into one simple and easy-to-use app. Monarch will empower users to control all aspects of their financial kingdom from the palm of their hand. You may have heard the phrase, not your keys, not your crypto. With Monarch, you own your keys and seed, meaning you own your crypto. With Monarch, you can store, receive, send, swap, buy, sell, and earn interest on your crypto, track your portfolio, the news, the market cap, and more today. We're constantly adding new services and updates too. Learn more today by visiting monarchtoken.io or download the wallet for free today from Apple or Google. Hope you guys had a great week. Welcome to Beards and Bitcoins, your favorite podcast, the crypto podcast for the man's man and the women who love them. We want to say a special thank you to our sponsors, Monarch and also Manscaping. You want to tell them a little bit about Manscaping, Jay?
Yeah, absolutely. Gentlemen, if you need to start trimming it up down there, we all know that you got a special date or a wife, or you just want to make things look nice. Manscaped, they got you covered. There's a Lawn Mower 2.0. I think we're days away from trying this thing out to see what this thing's all about. So
and don't worry, we are going to live stream it, guys. Right? Is that what we're going to do?
Yeah, I mean, if that's what you're into, I probably won't. I'll probably edit the video.
Will you at least Skype me though?
If that's what you're looking for.
I mean, whatever, we can make it happen,
Yeah, anyway, so they are they're the number one site for men's grooming below the waist. So, gentlemen, protect those nuts. Save yourself 20%. You can use promo code BEARDS. It'll save you 20% and free shipping. So, check it out, manscaped.com.
It's hard
promo
to beat
code
that.
BEARDS. Yeah, I mean,
Beards.
it's a good promo code too.
It is. It's a great one.
Shave your nut beard.
We got some hot topics to talk about today. Very, very excited to talk about. Yeah. One of it involves all of you that are watching on Twitter right now. If you're watching the live stream, if not, I'm sure if you listen to our podcast, you probably have seen us on Twitter. And I want to talk about, is crypto Twitter real?
That's a good thing. Is it real?
Is it real? So a lot of you guys know there's a lot of drama going on right now on crypto Twitter. As always, there's always a lot of drama. We're going to talk about two of the more drama-filled things, but one of them is from our old buddy, old pal, Peter McCormack.
Peter
McCormack. Peter McCormack.
Oh, you got to pronounce the A. The Mac.
Well, and you guys know I usually trash British people, but I've actually discovered that we're number 233 in tech on Apple Podcasts in the UK, right?
Yeah, what's up now? What's up, UK?
Yeah,
How you doing, baby? How you feeling?
How you feeling, Brits? Come on over. Undisputed World War champions over here.
We'll go over there. We'll go over there and do a live show.
That's what we need to do. The live show.
Set it up.
I'll wear one of those freaking Royal Guard hats. You know what I'm talking about?
Do you remember when we went to the podcast convention down in Florida? There was actually a group that's one of their things. That was their technology. It said, well, you've got this large fan base, and they happen to be from here. So you get all your fans here to say, hey, yeah, let's throw a event, and we'll sell tickets. And, they'd get the beards live.
We're gonna throw an event in Bedford, England with Peter McCormack. Sorry. Well, I don't know if we'll be throwing one at Peter or not because he's left Twitter, guys. I hate to tell you.
That's what we're talking about today.
Yeah, absolutely. So Peter had a tweet where he basically said that he's still going to be on Twitter. He's been retweeting stuff all day, but he says he's no longer going to debate. He's not going to get into dialogue with anyone about anything anymore because he says it's just taking too much of a toll on his emotional and mental health. And so he's got to step away.
Mental health is important. I do get that. It's an important issue, especially here in the States.
You want to keep your brain,
That's good. You do.
Yeah. When I was younger, I remember now granted, when I was younger, I was like a crackhead, but I remember I had this roommate who had schizophrenia and he was just like, dude, you don't understand what a mental illness is like. And I'm like, dude, my mind is just too strong. I couldn't be sick mentally, meanwhile I'm like a crackhead. And he was like, Yeah, but you don't understand, like, your mind is sick, you know, and that's the thing about mental illness, you know, it's crazy is like your mind is the thing that's sick. And, you know, you want to have your emotional well-being as well. And I think it's a very important topic because I'm seeing a lot of people, including Q, her name is Q, known as the Queen. She, or Alt's Q, I think is her name on Twitter
Alt's
now.
Q, yeah,
she,
yeah.
she had a tweet today, and I thought it was very interesting. She said that, you know, if you're having problems on Twitter and it's affecting your emotional health, then you need to get out, go do something, go for a walk, hug your family, get a massage, whatever it, you know, needs to happen there. And you'll come back and you'll realize things aren't really that important. And like, I totally understand what she's saying, right? She's saying basically, and I've seen other people saying very similar things to this, which is crypto Twitter is like pretend. You know, Twitter's like pretend. It's like a digital place that you go, but then when you leave it, you should be able to unplug it and not carry any emotional baggage out with you. What do you think about that?
I mean, I think it's tough when you've hung out with some of the people that you hang out with or tweet with or, you know, interact with. It's different because you've actually built those friendships. Like those are like real, like you're, you, we were laughing about this earlier today. Like you are an IRL friend. You know, we've hung out face to face several times. You know, we didn't just, you know each other from the internet and, you know, have that camaraderie. You know, we hang out. And so, you know, for some people that, you know, the Twitter relationships are something that are important in real life because those are your friends. There are some people that I interact with that I've never met that, I consider them my internet magic money friends, right?
Magic money. You said Magic Mike friends? Something totally different, bro.
Certainly not, sir. Grinder is your game.
Dude, we're making too many of those jokes these days. So anyways, but here's the thing, guys, is I totally understand where Peter's coming from on this. And I really disagree with the notion that crypto Twitter is this imaginary digital place. Because like you said, for those of us that actually like work in the space, I'm not going to act like, you know, I'm a blockchain developer, but I'm a content creator in the space and I do talks. I do a lot of different stuff. You obviously, you have the podcast. You have a real life job too. Mm-hmm. But, you know, we're constantly in crypto. And the thing that a lot of these people don't understand is for a lot of these people, I feel like, you know, especially like the smaller Anon accounts, like it is like imaginary for them because they're not ever actually meeting people face to face. For those of us that are in this every day, like we know each other pretty well. I know a lot of the bigger accounts on Twitter. I know a lot of the, you know, I know almost all the bigger YouTubers, and it's like my real life and digital life has collided and they're actually one and the same. So if something happens on Twitter, then that can actually have a negative effect on, you know, on my real life. Like if I go back to what happened between me and Crypto Finally last year, at the end of last year, where basically like I was getting attacked like nonstop for stealing content when I was trying to help her out. But like we've hashed everything out. Like she understands my perspective. I understand her perspective. And
I remember you shot that truce video at the Texas shootout place for a big Bitcoin Ben.
Yeah, so we get along. I see her at conferences all the time. We talk, we get along, you know, we're great. But that was like really stressful because for about 72 hours straight, and I never responded to any of it. I didn't respond to a single thing. That's my strategy when I'm getting attacked, is I just don't respond. For 72 hours straight, I was attacked relentlessly. And I was going that day on the Saturday that was in the middle of that, I went somewhere with my family. Like we had these tickets to go to all these different places in Atlanta, like the Aquarium, the World of Coke, National the College Football Hall of Fame. We went and did all that stuff in one day. And it was really fun. However, all day my phone is blowing up and I'm trying not to look at it. I'm trying not to watch it. But like it's stuff that's making me angry, you know, but at the same time, like I'm not responding to it. So I just got to kind of sit there like a Coke can that shook up and just not pop the top. You know what I'm saying? But that stuff carried over. Like that definitely affected me in real life, you know? So I think this idea that like, you come on Twitter, you make some stuff and then you leave, like that's not reality. And I think the future of blockchain, the future of cryptocurrency, the future of technology in this world is our digital lives and real lives are going to become more intertwined as time goes on.
Yeah. I think, for more and more people, the more and more we go into it and bigger the space gets, It's going to be interesting to see how it goes. Twitter, it's like the non-immersive oasis. It's a new life to live in.
It is. It is kind of like the non-immersive oasis. I mean, some people have made the argument that like we're already kind of living in a metaverse because, you know, even though we're actually like still in real life, like if you go anywhere, excuse me, you look at anything, I mean, everybody's always like stuck in their phone, you know?
Yeah. Is this a simulation?
Ooh, you want to deep in it.
Ooh, what's up now?
I tend to think it. I tend to stick. I like the simulation theory one way or the other. I mean, if you, to me, like simulation theory, which basically says that we're all a computer simulation, and believing in God and creation and that, you know, that whole thing, like those two strains of thought to me are very, very similar because like if there is a God and he did create us, then for all intents and purposes, like this is a simulation. If not, and we're like literally just almost video game characters, like to me there's not a huge difference between those two things, and I feel like that it's a good possibility. I often think that the argument is that like if we're able to in the future, if we're able to completely reproduce human minds, then that means that like out of X number, that means that the chance of us actually having like real human minds, not created human minds, is minute. Like it's a very small chance because out of like billions and trillions and quadrillions of minds that we'll produce in the future, like that we are right now living in one where we are the actual, like we're the source of that future. It's complicated.
That's deep, bro. That's deep.
It is
We've
deep.
also had conversations before where you talk about how possibly the future evolution of having children no longer.
Yeah, definitely. Like I think that you know, one of the hot topics today is abortion, and people don't, you know, people are very polarized on it, and you know, it's not really that important for me to say which side I'm on, even though some of you guys that know me would probably guess. The truth is that in 100 years, abortions are not going to be a thing anymore, but because in 100 years we're not going to be having babies the same way.
This idea is so far out. So you think there's going to be just like baby farms?
Well, you're going to go in and be able to pick your baby. Like you're going to be able to go in and like, you know, with the genetic code from you and your wife or you and, you know, whoever you're having the baby with, you're able to say like, okay, I want this, I want this, I want this. And then they're just going to grow it in a lab. Like think about how much safer that is than childbirth.
I mean, it's safer. It's
Yeah.
crazy. That's crazy to me. I mean, like going through IVF, like I understand it because it's, I mean, it is kind of that same way. There is still a lot of natural stuff that happens, but it's interesting, man. Oof.
Yeah, it's technology is going at such a fast rate. Like we're not gonna, dude. Could you imagine 100 years ago? Like think about 100 years ago. 100 years ago would have been the 1920s, right? Like imagine 100 years ago being transported to today. Like like,
whoa, man.
Yeah. So think about that in 100 years. It's going to be much more drastic than that because as time goes on, like the amount of drastic measures in growth and technology, it just gets more expansive. So, you know, imagine 100 years ago being like, if you go back to the movie Demolition Man, I love this example. You remember that movie Demolition Man?
Yep.
Wesley Snipes, son. Gonna snipe you. So Sly Stallone up in that thing. I think Sandra Bullock was in that movie, okay?
Ooh.
We're still not using seashells to wipe, though, in the toilet. But some of you guys will get that if you've seen the movie. But in that movie, so that movie would have been dude, let me see what year that movie was made, dude. Let me look it up right now, actually. Demolition Man year. Did they make a
Was that 94? Was that 94?
93. It came out in 1993, okay? So 93, so we're looking, what is this, 25 years into the future? 25, almost 26, right? Yeah. So we're looking 25 years into the future, or 26 years. And I remember when that movie came out in 1993, I watched it on video. So I watched it in 1994, you know, on video in a VCR. Okay. Yep. And there's a scene in that movie where Sylvester Stallone walks in to someone else's house he doesn't know. And a girl without a towel on, she's naked, okay? She accidentally video calls whoever's house that he was in, okay? And she's naked. And, like, of course, it's like nudity. That's what the point of the scene or whatever. But the thing is I remember watching that as a kid being like, do you think we'll ever Do you think we'll ever be able to actually call someone on the phone and look at them at the same time? And that seemed like that was so crazy back then. Like, that's so futuristic. But then, like, what, 15 years later, everybody's got it on Skype, you know?
That's
Like,
interesting.
what year did Skype start? Let's look that up. Let's see how many years it was in between.
I bet that was probably around 2008, 2009.
No, 2003, bro. So
Ooh,
we're looking,
okay.
bro, we are looking 10 years after that. I was looking at something that I thought was totally impossible. 10 years later, we had it, you know?
Yeah.
So it's stuff like, you know, growing babies in labs and having all of our meat is going to be made in labs. Animals will not be allowed to get killed in probably 30 to 50 years. They'll do away with hunting for sure.
Hunting?
Yeah, hunting will probably be done away with at some point. That might be a little bit longer, but all of the food that you will buy at the store, it'll all be made somewhere.
I don't like that. I'm just going to tell you right now, I don't like that.
I don't either.
I'm going to have I'll get some acreage and some cows, and I'll make my own brisket.
Now, you said that you saw the worst sight you've ever seen, cows sitting on top of each other, and you never want to eat meat again.
Me?
Yeah, you said you and your wife were going through Colorado.
Was it? Was it a cow farm? It was a chicken farm. No,
it was a cow farm. You said you'd never eat meat again, and then y'all stopped at the next barbecue spot.
Of course, I would never not eat. I would never not eat.
Who would do that? Who would do that?
Man,
I don't like it either. But I mean,
you're right. It was gross. That was a gross sight because you just know that they were just ready to get their head waxed off and.
I finally saw some of those farms in between San Francisco and LA. I saw a beef farm. I'd never seen one before. I realized crazy how many cows were out there.
Yeah, there's that poker chip.
Every time. Literally every episode I drop the poker chip.
You do. It's like your signature move.
It is my signature move. I do it on accident every time. So the point is that the future is going to look totally different than right now. So, I mean, you know.
So when flying cars?
Flying cars are a little more complicated because it's not just about – flying cars are not just about the technology. We have the technology right now to make flying cars. The problem is the logistical nature of – sky roads.
So do you think that could be drones, right? Because right now there's really no, like you said, there's no sky lanes. If like you can't be, obviously you have to be within the airspace where you can be, and you can't be restricted or near an airplane, which I got to sell my drone. I live in like a flight path now. They opened up a new terminal here at the Austin airport. So now I got planes going overhead. Like I can't send a drone up there. I'm not going to jail for that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So, but back to the larger point, we were talking about like things about abortion. Like people argue about that. Like you literally have people ready to kill each other over it, right? I understand it's divisive, but like in 100 years, that isn't going to matter. You know what I'm saying? Like something will be different, and it's all about like picking and choosing your battles, you know. And I think going like back even further back to Peter's whole thing with him leaving Twitter. Like we'll see if it actually, you know, several people say they're going to leave and they don't really leave. But the whole thing is, I think you have to be at a place in your life where you can take punishment. You can have a thick skin and people say something to you. But if you're not the type of person that has thick skin, that can like, people can say whatever to me on the internet. You know what I'm saying? Like that 3 days I had where people were just attacking me nonstop, like that can get very overwhelming. Like we've seen it happen to Michael, to Shill Nye, like several times. Even attacked on, you know, days on end. Like that can get too much. But just in a general sense of like people saying something to you on the internet, there's not really anything people can say to me. The only thing people ever say to me on the internet is I'm fat. Like that's what they like to say. You're fat. Like
who cares,
bro? Who cares? Like I'm married. I got kids. Like I'm out here coaching baseball, dude. Like I ain't got time to worry about like whether or not your opinion of my weight like matters, because to me it doesn't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true. So okay, so that being said, that's more of like the figurative bullying. Bullying's probably not the right word. Let's just go with challenge.
Okay.
I think we wanted to talk about something that's going on with this development of the whole Charles Hoskins and Crypto Crow and
Chico.
Chico backed out of the fight.
He did, and I called it too. I said he would because he's a puss. But Listen, here's the fact of the matter. Fact of the matter is, with Chico Crypto, you got a guy that first of all, he's very self-unaware. He doesn't understand how people see him. Like, people see him as a joke. I think he thinks like people take him really seriously, like some kind of serious journalist or something. People don't. People definitely think he's a joke. People don't like him, and he talks a lot of smack. He likes it. This is a great example of someone that can dish it out that can't take it. You know, right. He dishes out all of this trash towards Charles Hoskinson, and Charles Hoskinson calls up Crypto Crow and says, "Listen, I want to fight Chico. Like, I really want to fight him. Like, let's do it in a ring. We'll train. We'll do it for charity. We'll donate the money to St. Jude's Hospital, whatever." And Chico's like, finally, yeah, he agrees. And then by the next day, which I called, I said he would not do it because he's coward. The next day, he backs out of it.
Shots fired.
Yeah, of course, dude. This is common knowledge stuff. This isn't, whatever. He's got thick skin, so maybe he can take it, I guess. He's got a thick skull anyways. But, he backed out of it. He's not willing to do it. And, they're talking about trying to get, maybe like some kind of crypto fight together. Like, and I think I've almost talked my wife into letting me do it here. Okay.
Nice.
I'm ready to go. Like, I don't know who I'm going to fight, but we were talking about maybe we do it tag team style.
Yeah, dude. Beers and Bitcoins versus anyone. Who? Yeah, we'll challenge. What do you think? Bad crypto?
Bad crypto. Wrecked podcast. Okay. I don't know any other podcasts and duos out there, but we'll fight any of them. Okay. But we're coming out, like, here's the only stipulation. We are coming up. We are going to be like the Legion of Doom. You guys remember the Legion of Doom? Who remembers the Legion of Doom?
Not the Bushwhacker twins.
Not the Bushwhacker twins. They had this little move right here where they go like that. Like, I'm down with the Bush. Yeah, dude, we would make good Bushwhacker twins. But I feel like that if we come in, I'm hot, you're animal. We got the face paint on. We got the freaking shoulder pads with the spikes on them. I feel like we can freaking take anybody, bro.
I would do it. It would be for charity, right?
Oh yeah, for charity.
And do we get to wear headgear?
I don't care if I'm giving. All I know is I'm handing out ass whippings for charity. That's all I know.
Boom. Let's get it.
They're free, 100%. You want to come get one? Come take it. So
yeah, I'm in. People
don't know. People think that I'm like. I got in this argument with somebody.
I'm going to have to train. I'm going to have to start training, just so you know.
Oh, I'll train. Okay. But people think I'm not ready to throw hands. I'm ready to throw hands at any given moment. Y'all just let me know, and I will throw them hands.
This boy heating up right now. He heating up.
Oh, I get heated. Anybody knows me know I get heated. Okay, when I get serious about something, I'm ready to throw down, and I'm ready to throw down for a crypto wrestling event, crypto Perfect. MMA.
Ooh, MMA? No, man. I thought it was boxing with gloves and stuff.
Dude, what are you, a pansy, bro? Friggin' man up, dude. I don't care if it's MMA. I don't care if it's boxing. As long as I can put this fist up on somebody's head, I'll be all right. Woo!
Ooh.
I'd like to put it on Chico's head, but if he won't fight Charles Hoskinson, he definitely won't fight me.
I like that.
Yeah, no, I talked about it on my channel where I showed the emails.
That was strong. I like that.
Yeah. It's true.
That was strong. It was good.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I will crush him. And there's no hesitancy in my voice. I hope you guys hear the lack of hesitancy, because there is none. Okay. So I showed the emails where I contacted Chico. I emailed him several times about trying to get a fight together last year. And he, on Twitter, he would say like, oh yeah, like I really want to go at, blah, I'm going to smack his fat belly, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But then privately.
Your fat belly?
Yeah, that's what he said. Privately, it's okay. I told him I'd crush his little tiny brittle bones. Okay. Privately, he won't respond to me because he's a little bitch.
Oof.
He is, dude. He's strong on the bitchness. Okay. So yeah. So we've talked about fighting on Twitter. We talked about fighting in real life. What else you got, Jay?
I don't know. I mean, I'd like to maybe something positive.
Something positive.
My mom came to visit to me this week.
Mom came to visit.
Yeah.
How's your mom and him?
She's good. Mom, if you're listening, it was great to see you.
It was great to see you.
Yeah. It was her first time down here in like 3-4 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was good. She got to see the new house, which is great.
Yeah. I need to make it back over to Austin pretty soon.
Ooh, we can go get some barbecue.
Ooh, I need some of that Q right now.
Ooh, get those bison ribs from the Salt Lake.
Salt Lake. I got to try some of the other places out there. I'm sure you got more places, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah. There's definitely a couple good places. So we did Franklin. We waited in line at Franklin when he came out here. That was a lot of fun.
I'll wait again. I don't have a problem waiting.
That meat butter. Their brisket is probably the best brisket around. It definitely is the best brisket around. Well, to go to a place on the east side, I'll take you to. There's another good joint over there. And we know what we can do is we can go hit the barbecue trail a little outside of town.
Barbecue trail?
Yeah.
It's like you run and every stop they give you barbecue and you keep running?
No, you can either walk or take a car. Probably prefer to take a car. I think it's like from start to finish, probably a little too long to walk, unless you want to walk off all the meats, because you get the meat sweats. But there's like a few places you gotta, and they've been around for a long time, so you gotta like stop, check them out, have a little barbecue at each place.
Dude, I found a new place up by me, man. I found a new little spot. It's up the road a little bit, and I like it because it's kind of like Franklin's, where you order your food and they just give it to you right there.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is it's almost like it's not buffet style because they're behind the window making it for you, but like as soon as you order it, like you order the ribs, like they just pull it out right there, they cut it, they hand it to you. Like I like being able to eat
ready to go
immediately.
It's like instant gratification.
Yeah.
It's the world we live in. It's great. It's like, yep, I'll take that, give it to me, boom, 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 and I'm sitting down, slapping it in barbecue sauce. So good. Well, and I don't know about you. I do know about you. You do like to eat some of the sides, the filler. Oh, Fia's barking. Can you hear? Can you hear Fia barking?
A little bit. She's all right though. I don't mind her.
So I don't really do the filler. I don't eat the potato salad or the coleslaws.
No.
Bread. I gotta stay
a little
away
bread. Yeah, little bread, little macaroni and cheese, little baked beans if it doesn't have onions.
Ooh, that's right. You don't do the onions, but you gotta you gotta fill yourself up on brisket.
I don't have a problem doing that. Yeah. Literally don't have a problem doing that. Filling myself up with brisket. I'll do it all day, every day. I like a little macaroni and cheese, but let me get back to the place up by my house, man. Like the good thing about being able to get your food immediately is if you have kids, bro. When you have kids,
ooh, that's probably true.
You gotta order and then sit at that restaurant, and then by the time the food gets there, they've already lost their brains. You know?
Do you have anything you can bring them to eat right now?
Yeah. Hey, not those crayons, kids. Could you take those out of your mouth? Like I have to say that daily, pretty much. Or how do you say crayon? Do you say crayon or do you say crayon?
Crayon. Man, now I don't even know how I say it.
They were making fun of people on the radio for saying crayon, and I'm like, I say crayon.
Crayola crayons.
Yeah, can you give me one of them Crayola crayons?
You know what's funny? Like, have you ever I hope I'm not the only person that's like gone through their entire life where like sometimes one word, like you hear it and you say it a few times yourself, you're like, God, that is the dumbest word I've ever heard in my life. And you just,
am I saying that right? And the words like the, and you're like, wait, what? How do you, is this right? A T, an H, and an E? Like, what the heck?
Like, what's wrong with me? Have I lost my mind? Have I forgotten how to speak?
I hope not. I hope you didn't forget how to speak because I need I need those golden pipes over there for the cast.
Oh, yeah, no. I mean, maybe I'll lose my brain, but I won't lose my voice.
No.
If you had to, everybody's done this before. I don't think I've ever asked you this. If you had to go blind or deaf, what would you rather?
Whew, that is a tough one. If you had to go blind or deaf, I would probably have to go with deaf. I think I got to go with deaf. You got to go. You can learn to read lips.
Yeah, that's true.
But
you can't listen to music.
I'm not a huge music guy. I do love sports talk radio. I love that. So that would be out. That would be a big problem.
You just have to start watching Sports Center with the captions.
The captions.
On. Yeah. I think I would rather be blind so that I could hear.
I can think of some things I like. I really like to look at though. I can think of some things I really like to see. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear you.
Like my barbecue, you know what I mean? You eat that barbecue, you like to look at it. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you, man.
I know you do. Well, I was talking to a guy I had a speaker come to a function that I was at, and he lost his sight completely in Iraq or Afghanistan. I was like, man, this is a question right here. This is a tough question. We're really getting out in the weeds right now, but What is tougher? Is it tougher to be blind from birth or all of a sudden one day just go blind? Like if you had to choose one, that's tough.
That's tough. I think I would, if I had the option of like, if it was like, say you're at some point in your life, you're not gonna be able to see, you either start out this way or go this way. I think I'd like to. Now, at what age is there a cutoff where I lose my sight?
Like 10.
Ooh, that's not really old enough to like get yourself into some of the things you'd like to be like, yep, I know what that looks like.
Like some barbecue.
Like the brisket.
Like some brisket.
Yep. I mean, like if there's a way for me to extend that date until I'm like,
there's not
10 years old.
10's the cutoff.
Oof. I'll probably take blind for life then, so that I don't know what.
That's the thing, man. If you're blind from life, you don't know what you're missing. But if you can see and then you go blind, like in an accident, like I don't know, it's really
But you can use your memory to remember what it looks like, so you know.
You could, but you know what you're missing. Like
true, you're like, it doesn't just look like a squiggly line or something. You know, like you know what it looks like.
Yeah, like what do blind people think about a building, like a very tall building? Like, do they even have any idea what that would look like?
I just feel so bad that this is the direction this show's gone in.
But I'm just wondering, like, seriously, like these are things I ponder about.
No, I know. It's good to have these questions, and it's good. I just don't know. Like,
I don't know either.
That would be interesting to find out.
Well, we know a guy, blind Crypto Dave.
That's right. Let's have him on the show so we can talk to him and get a perspective.
Yeah, I would love to do that. I want to know what it's like. Not like it's exciting or anything like that. I mean, I just want to know, like, I want to be able to understand people that are blind and like what they know, what they can see, what they can't see. I
believe that's called empathizing, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Because because the truth is, who knows? Like, one of my children could go blind, or I could go blind, or one of my grandkids could be born blind. Like, I would want to know what that experience is like to be able to help them out, as much as possible. So you never know what kind of situation you'd be in. So I have a lot of empathy for those people. I can tell you the guy that I saw talk about losing his sight just one day gone. Poof. Mm-hmm. Like, man, that was a hard story to listen to, because like you're really putting yourself in his position. Like, you're 21 years old, you're over like fighting for your country, and whether or not you agree with the wars, that's beside the point. The point is these men sign up to defend us, and then they follow orders. And so, he was over there doing what he thought was best, and all of a sudden, boom, he got hit by a IED or whatever you call that, those explosives over there, and lost his sight, could never see again. He said like the next day he woke up and he couldn't see anything. He was just so confused. And it's a hard life, man. It's hard thing he went through, so definitely.
Yeah. If you're listening to the show and you are in the armed forces, or if you served your country, it doesn't matter which country it is, thank you for doing that. That's something freedom is something here in the United States most of us take for granted. So if you are a serviceman, thank you.
Yeah. So if you're fighting for North Korea, we salute you.
Why'd you gotta say that, man?
I don't know why you said that. America only. Okay, I'm sorry. If you're fighting for the British Royal Navy, I don't give a darn about you, unless you're one of our listeners. We're the 233 ranked podcast.
In tech.
So, yeah, that's great. Have we talked about crypto at all today?
No, I don't think so.
You know why? This is a crypto podcast for the man's man.
We talked about some manly style stuff. Let's look at let me pull up CoinGecko really quick, okay?
Oh gosh, you are going to talk about crypto. You're going to ruin the show, Jay.
Well, I figure we got to talk a little bit. Bitcoin 72.36, Ethereum 144, Ripple, XRP, whatever you want to call it, 21. And I feel like that's nosedive. Doesn't that usually sit up like around 40 cents and it's 21 cents?
XRP, no, it got up to about 30 cents back in October and then it dropped back down. It didn't get a good pump from Swell like I thought it was going to. And yeah, the old Ripple. We need to get somebody from Ripple on the show.
Ooh, BSV down to 93.04.
I have no reference for that. I don't pay attention to it. Did you watch my racing bar charts videos?
Mm-mm.
You didn't see those videos I put out? Where
my mom, was it this week? If it was this week, I apologize. My mom was in town. I didn't even I wasn't even on Twitter this week.
Yeah,
I don't even think I tweeted one thing.
Well, I discovered how to make these like really cool racing bar chart videos that like it shows you, like top 10 of something and like top 10
YouTubers.
Yeah. I learned how to make those. So I'm actually starting a second YouTube channel. We're going to be making like sports ones.
Oh, fun. Like with like sports stats, like
like top. The first one I did
with like first player to 1,000 yards rushing, or
well, the one I've done, it's not published yet, but the one I've done is top 10 scoring averages in the NBA from 2000
exclusive.
To 2020.
You heard it here.
You heard it here first. The name of the channel is Got Stats. Like,
Oh, that's good.
Got milk, but got stats.
That's good.
Yeah. So that'll be fun. I'm looking forward to doing that. But so crypto's kind of in the gutter. Crypto's just not interesting right now. I hate to say it. It really isn't.
It's boring, man. There's like, it's just too sideways for too long. Like, give me some action. We need hot action. If you're a whale listening, do something.
Pump it. Just pump it. I don't want it down. Just pump it.
Yeah. Pump it. Or drop it down to like 1,000 so people FOMO in. And then it'll just like naturally just explode. That's twice in one show, bro.
That was a needle.
A needle in a haystack.
Like a air pump needle. Yeah, I got to be playing with something, and I'm out of things now.
Why don't you just get yourself a fidget? Get yourself a fidget spinner.
I should get one, man. Honestly, I should have one. I can make TikTok videos. Wait, hold on here. Are they in here? Where did I put those things? My wife, I don't have them in here, but she got me some tiny hands. Have you seen those tiny hands? No. They're really I wish I had them in here. I'd show y'all, but I don't.
Watch Ben's TikTok coming up soon with tiny
watch my TikTok. That's what she said. She said, I got you these because I thought she might be able to make a TikTok with them. Guys, I made my wife sound terrible just then. She didn't really say it like that.
She doesn't sound like that.
She doesn't sound like that at all. She's a great woman. She puts up with me, so she's got to be pretty good.
Yep, I feel that.
So, all right, guys. Well, I guess that's going to wrap it up. We promise on the next episode we'll talk about crypto. We got to at least talk price for 30 seconds.
I
wanted to move on real quick. We got some real fun episodes coming up. Next week we'll have some episodes on crypto law and regulation, which has some very interesting stories from our buddy Tufik.
Oh, Tufik.
Yeah.
And then we'll also have our episode with Rice Crypto coming out.
Rice Crypto will be out on Monday. Tufik will be out on Wednesday, and then we'll have another solo show, live show for you on Friday.
Yeah, let us know what you think about this Friday solo live stream.
Yeah, we like doing them.
It's fun.
Sure. So, all right, guys, that is going to be it. Special thanks to our sponsors, Manscaped and Monarch Wallet. We will see you guys on the next one.
Have a good weekend.